beautiful perverts. How's it going? Oh my God, what a dump, right? It's so nice to be here. Sorry to be controversial off the top, but we don't have funeral balloons. Like, that's not a thing that exists yet. Like, we have feel better balloons, but we don't have after that. So I came up with a few ideas just in case Hallmark wants to get at your girl. Like, one that's like, that blows, just like pretty straightforward. Or one that's like, sorry, the doctors couldn't helium. Okay. Or just like a super positive one that's like, going up. That one's nice. Y'all sportsy? Y'all into sports? Great. Yeah, girl. I don't like sports, but I do like to Google. And I Googled the youngest person to ever compete in the Olympics, 10 years old. That's crazy, right? That's nuts. Because when I was 10 years old, I was trying to keep my eyes open when I sneezed to see if my eyes would explode. That's what I was at. That means when that kid was like 8, someone was like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he was like, I want to be an Olympian. So he took 2 years and he trained real hard and he became an Olympian. When I was 8 years old and someone asked me what I wanted to be, I was like, I want to be an oven. And then I touched an oven and I didn't want to be an oven anymore. I've been living in Toronto for like 4 years now. Thank you, yes. Good for us, cool. But I wasn't used to the whole not looking at people thing when I first moved there. So I wanted to give this woman a compliment, right? And she was wearing this belt and it basically covered her whole torso. And I went up, I was like, oh my God, I love your belt, it's so cute, where'd you get it from? And she was so rude, she was like, I broke my back. And I was like, okay, that's not what I asked. You know what I mean? What I mean that? People will say, I have a weird question, and then they'll follow it up with the most normal question in the universe. Like, how many times have you guys heard someone be like, I have a weird question. Can I borrow your phone charger? And you're like, you could have just straight up asked, right? You didn't have to do the whole thing before, right? If she was like, I have a weird question. Can you see through me? I'd be like, yeah, man, check. That was weird, right? But I have this friend and she's like, I don't like when my food touches. I'm just weird like that. I'm like, you're not weird, you're being difficult. Like, those are two very different things, right? If you go into a Starbucks and you make 18 different changes to your drink order, your barista isn't like, who's this cute, freaky weirdo? Tell me more, ASL, right? That would never happen. I made a list of people that I think might be serial killers. Number 1, people who still watch Survivor. That's the end of the list. That's the entire list. That's the complete list. What? We're still watching people camp on television? Have you ever asked someone who's still on season 30 of Survivor why they still watch it? They're just like, I just like how it never changes. And then they take their skin suit off and they scuttle away. It's terrifying. So scary. Speaking of serial killers, my brother just got engaged, which is great. Congratulations, right? The worst part of my brother getting engaged, besides it being a destination wedding, it's gonna be great. Oh my God, destination weddings. We cordially invite you to spend thousands of dollars to travel halfway across the world and spend time with people you thought were dead for 30 years. Grandpa, how did you get here? It's Barbados. We buried you. Right? But the worst part of my brother getting engaged is that the worst part of it is that he's not gay and I wanted him to be, right? Like I just really needed him to be gay. So when he came out as straight to us, it was like giving us a puppy and then realizing it was a full-grown cat dressed as a puppy. I do not like this. I'm a feminist. Are you guys feminists? Yeah, cool. I'm a feminist, but I think that we can all agree that groups of women are terrifying. Who's with me? Everyone, cool, yeah. Unless you're in it, then it's so powerful, right? We're like a transformer together. But I love women so much that I wrote some feminist fan fiction. Do you guys want to hear it? Yeah. That's so good because I didn't have anything else planned. Chapter 1. He grabbed her shoulders and immediately let go and apologized. She liked that. He tenderly asked if it was okay to undress her, and she said yes. Her permission was the sexiest thing he had ever heard. Chapter 2. They're like pretty short chapters. Chapter 2. She walked past the construction site. A bead of sweat dropped off her forehead and made its way down the front of her dress. None of the construction workers even looked at her, because they were paid to be there and were crazy professional. Chapter 3, the final chapter. It's more of a pamphlet, I would say. Chapter 3. I want a raise, she cried out. Of course, he replied, it's 2016 and everyone at our firm makes the same amount of money. She smiled triumphantly and then he went down on her for like 52 minutes. But like, give or take a few, we're all different. I'm sorry we made eye contact. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night.